Hello, this is Megan,
And I'm Lauren,
and this is Sippy Cups to Startups.
where we are two moms who are here to weather any and all storms with you.
When it rains, it pours.
And we're here to answer all of your tough questions when it comes to motherhood, mompreneurs, women who want to start businesses, people who are already in the midst of it all. We are here to relate with you and have fun with you as we grow together.
Yeah, anyone that's in any stage of motherhood. So if you're going to be a mom, you're thinking about being a mom, you already are a mom, you've been a mom, hey, we're here for you. So everyone, cheers to you.
Cheers to that. And let's get into it.
Oh, yes, funny story about these cups.
They say hustle on them, first of all.
But also we had to switch to these because I had a party foul and broke a wine glass. So now we're here.
If you go back to episode 1 with apples and banonas, you'll see at the very end. You'll get to see her. And she is not to be trusted with my wine glasses
Nope.
anymore.
So now I get a sippy cup.
Well, we're happy to have you guys here. I want to start this off by just saying one quick side note that everything that we cover on our podcast, this is life experiences that we have gone through.
Yes.
None of this is scientifically proven. None of it is factual. This is all our opinions at our own pace, on our own time, because we are in the midst of craziness.
Yes. Motherhood in the middle of businesses, which takes us into, motherhood is like the most important job that you can do. And we are both stay-at-home moms. And we both then decided, why not add a little bit more chaos and start businesses as well?
And let's just take a moment to recognize the fact that Megan has 3 beautiful girls and launched Apples and Banonos at the same time that she had her baby number 3.
Yes, I have an almost 5-year-old, almost 3-year-old, and a now 8-month-old. But in the thick of it, when baby was due, I was like, why not launch this business? But also, you have 2 beautiful children that you also take care of all the time, and so they're there.
Mine are a little bit more self-sufficient at this point. I don't have a newborn. I would say that child number 2 is definitely the
second child syndrome.
So she's like having 5 of them. I think a lot of you guys could probably relate to that.
Yep. Mine does as well.
But we love them. But yeah, I've got my son who is turning 6 in September and my daughter who just turned 4 in February. And they're both in school full time. I was home with them full time.
Yes.
From the time that my son was born. And now that they're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 3, that was kind of my opening to say, okay, this is a good time to jump back into the workforce. I think that, so my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My grandma was a stay-at-home mom. After I had my son, my husband and I decided this is a good opportunity for me to stay home and enjoy those moments as well. I don't think I ever saw myself fully doing it forever. I always want to stay busy because I don't know. I liked the idea of doing something. I didn't want to go back to what I was doing, which was recruiting in HR. I had a recruiting firm before having kids. And
so when was that switch?
Right when I had Indy. After my 26-hour labor that I had and 2.5 hours of pushing and emergency C-section, my husband looked at me and said, I think he was sleep deprived, and looked at me and was like, you don't have to go back to recruiting if you don't want to. You can stay home with the babies. And I said, you're damn straight.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
You're like, I've already worked my behind off, and now I will do this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now it's just like kind of transitioning. It was a good time for me. I don't know about you, because you, again, had baby number 3 and then launched Apples and Banonos.
Yeah, I'm kind of a, little wildfire as far as the story, I suppose. So, my husband and I, Jack and I, were together for a long time. We waited 7 years to have kids so that we could then save up the money and do things ourselves. So then we decided to have kids so that I could stay home with them. So that was kind of the end goal of that, because we really wanted, one of us to be there. And, with how things are these days, it's just so hard to like make that choice. But also it's, it's an expense. And if you have someone else do it, and, I've seen it go both ways, because I've also worked in the corporate world where I know a lot of those women they had that job just to carry the medical insurance, just to carry the dental insurance.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. So anything they were making was going
Mhm.
straight over to help pay for their kids, but then they held all the benefits. So we kind of looked at it as, okay, I'm going to be at home with the kids. I'm going to do this. This is what we're going to do. And then from there, we'll kind of shift as needed. So it was actually funny because I never thought of starting a business, and it just kind of fell into my lap, and we just kind of stumbled upon this hole in the market that we wanted in our own problem, and we were like, we can make this better than anyone else does, so we started a business.
Did Jack think it was good timing, or who pushed to be like this at this moment, or was it kind of like there's because I always say this with kids, like people who are like, oh, we're waiting to have kids because we're bridesmaids and groomsmen and wedding parties.
There's
and all
never
this,
the right
never the right time
for kids or to start a business.
So I would agree with that.
Yeah. So with ours, I am such a yes person, where it's kind of like any opportunity. I'm always like, sure, yes, I'll do that, or yeah, let's go do that, or I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the idea came about, and yes, let's do it. How about you guys? How did that start?
I feel like you're definitely more a yes person than I am.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I think that
I feel like to a fault, though. It gets me to a fault sometimes. It's great.
Wait till like all three girls are in school and you have like all the parent committees coming to you being like,
they won't.
Megan, will you do this?
They
will
won't
you do that?
And
you're going to say yes to every single one.
No, they'll see how I run my life and they'll be like,
no. On top of starting Gilly Guys, I did get looped into, funny side story actually. Yes. So I did get looped into a bunch of parent committees, and how it happened was, and this is on top of starting Gilly Guys and being a full-time mom, and Ireland wasn't even in school yet. So she was still home with me
full-time. You all the time.
Yep. So I was bringing her to these committee meetings, and I had a mom reach out to me and say, hey, like all new parents come and join us at this family connect meeting. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, that's so nice. They're welcoming new families. And it was like me and like 8 other women in this room.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like, here's the plan for this year. Yeah. Here's how everything's happening. Yeah. All of a sudden I left and I was in charge of the book fair.
Yes.
And a couple other things. And I was like, how did I get roped into this?
They bamboozled me.
They bamboozled me.
So good to know. Don't go to a meeting.
Don't go to your school meetings.
I feel like I would show up to the meeting and they'd be like, thanks so much for coming today. We're going to look for the next mom.
Like jury duty?
Yeah.
You just like go in there, say the wrong thing, and you get out of it.
Well,
that's actually not a bad idea. You go to parent meetings, you say just the borderline wrong thing.
How can you twist this?
And the judge is like, you're dismissed.
Yeah.
We don't want you on our committee.
We don't need that much
We don't
help.
need that. Oh, yeah, strategy, guys. But no, okay, so going back to when was the right time to start this? I guess for me, because you asked me when did we decide this?
Yes.
And for me, it was, I felt like I was like in over my head with being at home with the kids, and partially because I was like, what do I label all their toys and keep them nice and clean, and just trying to keep up on like laundry.
I'm still in that
You're
phase.
still in that phase. And I still feel like I am too, even though they're not home and they're not even playing with half their toys. But really what got me was, and if you go back to the previous episode about Gilly Guys, is why I started it. And it was, again, I think the reason why a lot of moms start businesses, that can start small businesses, is that we find that void in the market.
Yes.
That we're like, this is something that,
like a ding moment.
Yeah. And that's kind of what happened, because my husband runs a company, and I kind of brought it up to him casually, like, I have this idea or whatever. And he was like, well, if you're going to do it, like, now's a good time, because you're going to have a little more time on your hands with the kids being in school.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that I kind of wanted to adjust back into working, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. And so that's why it was like an appropriate time for me, because I think that if I had done it earlier than that, Gilly Guys wouldn't be in the position that it is in now.
I feel like you're a really driven person in general, though. So I feel like you're probably just itching to be like,
get back in the saddle.
What now?
Get back in the saddle.
What now?
Yeah, which is why we started a podcast, because we're like busy people.
Yes person,
and, like
and very driven.
And a sometimes yes person, depending on what's in my sippy cup.
And very driven.
So you get the best of both worlds with us. So thanks for coming along on the ride.
Yes.
But yeah, so I guess, to recognize the importance of being a stay-at-home mom. I saw something on Instagram actually that was like, being a stay-at-home mom is the equivalent of working 2 full-time jobs.
Oh,
And I
my
said that to
goodness.
someone who didn't have kids one time. And I guess you don't understand it until you're in it, right? And I was that person. I'm guilty of that, where I would see my friends and be like, just get a sitter.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Right.
Oh, you didn't sleep last night, have some more coffee.
Yeah.
And you don't understand the depths of it
Until you're,
until you're a mom, until you're in the thick of it.
Yes.
And you're like, wake up in the middle of the night, like bumping into things. You're hungry because you're nursing and you're looking for a bag of Cheez-Its or something.
I kid you not today. I mean, this is my own fault. And like, this will play into, you know, the person that I am, which I should plan ahead and be more organized, because it's the second time recently that I've told you I've run out to do errands in the rain. So I had to run into the store.
You need to post that, by the way.
Yes. I had to run in the store to grab diapers for the baby. And getting 3 kids by myself into the store in pouring rain, and then getting them back out, schlepping everything into the car, and getting all your bags
None
in
of
the
them
car,
got sick.
all the kids in the car. No, but I mean, drenched. No one likes getting wet. We're all like, let's get in the car, let's buckle up, let's go. You know, like, it's a thing. Like, that's a whole thing.
My kids actually just transitioned into booster seats
Nice.
because my daughter just turned 4. And that was like a game changer for me.
Oh, I bet.
Because like getting them in and like strapping them in and them fighting you, like, because they don't want to be buckled. And
Yeah. Or they're like already doing something and they're like,
my patience would just like be
No.
over it.
Yeah.
I'd just be like holding them down. Everyone's like staring at me in the Target parking lot. Like, I swear I'm not hurting my kid. She's mine. She
we're
looks
buckling
like me.
them in. Yeah.
Yeah, she does. She looks just like me. And how many
Everyone,
times
I
feel
am
like
buckling my child into their seat.
it's so true. So this is like a kudos and a cheers to all the moms who are in the thick of it right now, because you are seen, you are heard. We are in it too.
How about that extra minute you get when you walk around your car to get back in your seat?
How many
to
times
go
I've
drive?
stopped to just question life.
Oh, yeah. I might just untie my shoe and tie my shoe again. That's what I might do.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, it's like any moment. And everyone's like, oh, like even like dads going to the bathroom. There's like that joke about like guys who go to the bathroom and just sit.
Yes.
And I think it's because everyone's afraid to say that
Watch out for
moms do it
hemorrhoids,
too. But everyone's like afraid to say that moms do it too, because if I have an opportunity to sit and scroll on TikTok when I'm in the bathroom,
yeah.
I am worse than Greg.
Yeah.
Like he's like in and out and I'm like Bluey's on.
Yeah.
My kids are distracted.
I got a while.
I will sit on his throne until the door opens.
And put my crown on.
Until one of my kids pokes their head through.
I mean, okay, so speaking of, you know, I'm the type of person where I need to be a little bit more organized with my time. That's just who I am. I'm more the creative, the fun, okay, I envision this. I can see those types of things, where on the other side of it, you know, the organized, the numbers, those types of things, I struggle a little bit more. So give me like a rundown of like a morning for you, or like how you get this all going for your business and for your kids and your family. What does this look like? What can I aspire to be?
I was just gonna say, I'm like, what do you use? So my mornings are pretty consistent in the fact that I feel like if I get thrown off in any way, like if my coffee machine is broken or something, then that like throws me for the day. I'll be honest. Like I get really flustered. Because it does start the exact same way. I wake up the same kid first every single morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wake up, I take care of myself, I get changed. I don't like shower or anything. I do brush my teeth and put my contacts in. That's about what I do for myself. Maybe put some like vitamin C oil on or something to kind of wake myself up. Lately, I've been doing the under eye patches and like ice rolling my face, because that tends to kind of shock my nervous system and I feel better. But then I go immediately into my son's room because he's so pleasant to wake up and just such a dear. And then I very cautiously go wake my daughter up. And
yes.
Yep. And I usually end up playing some sort of music, and it's been Danny Go lately.
Do you do a musical for her? Like,
I don't dance. I don't participate, but I definitely like
good morning,
get her up. While they're kind of rolling out of bed, I lay their clothes out because they can dress themselves. Lay them out. I'll go down and I'll get their toothbrushes ready with toothpaste. And I'll go downstairs. In that time, I'll pack their lunches and get breakfast started for them while I go back upstairs, do their hair. And then when they go downstairs to start eating their breakfast, or they'll go play for like a little bit, then I make all the beds. So this is something that I do, and I don't know if it was like a psychological thing because I read somewhere that like there's like if people who make their bed every morning
Oh, yeah, the Navy SEAL.
are like more likely to be millionaires or something.
Yes. There's the Navy SEAL, and we'll have to edit in what his name is because now I can't think of it. But he said,
But I
his
see. I don't know if it's
every
like a
morning-
natural instinct because it's not a natural instinct for me to like wake up and be like, I must make my bed. I just like, do it because now it's part of like my routine.
Yeah.
But I don't like have that impulse to be like, I have to do this. But I do it because then I'm like, you know what? Then at night, my kids are going into beds that are made, and I just feel like the upstairs is taken care of, and now I can
Yes.
focus on the craziness and the chaos on
Mhm.
the main floor.
Yes.
So then I go downstairs, I show my face, make my coffee, make sure that they're eating, and then I start my routine of counting down for when they have to get their shoes on. And then it's like, finish your breakfast because we have to leave in 10 minutes. Finish your breakfast. We have to leave in 5 minutes. Okay, let's get our shoes on. Get your shoes on. Get your effing shoes on, you know? And then you like throw your
Someone looked at me the other day with all 3 kids in the stroller and my oldest walking. They go, how long does it take you to get out the door? And I go, you don't even want to know.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. I mean, not in a bad way, not to scare anyone that's like thinking, should I have a 3rd kid? Yes, it's beautiful if you want to do that. But at the same time, yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah.
Because like all of a sudden, one's like, wait, I wanted a different thing in my hair. No, I didn't want these socks.
I don't
on.
want
Where
alien
is
buns. I
this?
wanted pigtails
Yes.
down. Yeah.
And then you got like you're trying to do bottles, you're trying to do baby. What are we packing? I need diapers. I need wipes. Do I have all this stuff? Are we
Right.
good to go here?
Right. It's so much to think about in the morning for getting up and just being like
Just a family, not on
Right.
top of
it was hard enough for me to get out of bed when I was
yes,
working
Yes.
before kids. Like it
Yes.
was hard enough to get me to work. Like I was
Yes.
always late. I
Yes.
was always.
I feel like this.
And I hope that this video somehow makes it back to my boss because he will say yes. I was
Yes.
like always one of the
Yes.
last ones.
I'm
at my
skirting
desk.
in. Yeah, I'm skirting in, like right under the line, if not like a little over the line.
Right.
I feel like this comes into, I feel like the behind the scenes of, like a mom and a business. Like it's wild because then the stuff that people don't think about, on top of all this that we just talked about, then there's the, okay, you got an order, you got to go ship that. Or
I
you have to
usually
pack
go
this
directly
order.
to the warehouse after
Yep.
I drop the kids off. And I will say the last couple of days were great with dropping my kids off because they know it's end of this school year.
Yes.
So they're a little bit more motivated. But I do, yeah, that is my part of routine. I get them in the car. I drive them to school because we don't have a bus system for my kiddos. And so I drive them to school, drop them off, and then I head straight to the warehouse, take care of anything that I need to there. And then come home, get to laundry, get on my computer, start answering emails.
Yes.
My emails, customer service emails. And then it just kind of flows from there.
Yes.
I don't know. Your mornings probably look a little more chaotic than mine because your kiddos aren't in school full time yet.
I loved where you went with that because I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that. Is it because I have 3 children and not all of them are in school, or is it because of me and my personality? I think it's both, actually, because like all of
Do you
a sudden,
bake your beds every morning?
I'm gonna skip right over that and continue on. No is the short answer. I mean, my morning's like, I made overnight oatmeal the night before for all of us. Somehow my kids like that. That's great. Let's go. Let's eat this.
That's smart.
Or like a fruit cup. Let's go. Like, a little fruit salad thing and a little Pyrex. We might be eating in the car. We might just be rolling.
I have been on a Pop-Tart kick and
Okay.
Reese's Puffs because
Okay.
I'm back on because that's
It's
what I
real.
liked. But
It's
it's
real.
also it's quick. And I mean,
Yeah.
beginning of the school year, it was like eggs on toast, or we eat like eggs on fried rice
Yes.
in the morning. Sometimes we have like,
Okay.
or just eggs on rice. So if like leftover rice.
This
and
is
stuff.
interesting. So you felt like you had to step up to the
dwindled
plate
Since
at the beginning of the year. No, I
was-
get it.
well, I was more
This is all of
motivated.
us. This
Right.
is all of us.
But by the end of the school year,
We're
I'm done.
exhausted.
I'm done packing lunches. I'm done making
TikTok. When is the end of the year?
Yes. I'm counting down the days.
Yes.
But then my kids are in summer camp
Yeah.
at their school every other week, same timing. So I still have to do it, but
Right.
at least I'll have like a break in between.
Yes.
I have
I'd
no
love
idea
to hear
how we're gonna
I
be
would
at the warehouse together this summer. It'll be interesting.
I would love to hear from a mom that is like, all of the kids are in school, but they also, I feel like with a lot of things in life, we're reaching these peaks right now of hard. They're reaching these peaks of hard, but it's a different type of hard.
Right.
You know, it's easier, but it's also hard.
Your mom was a stay-at-home mom too.
Yes, she was.
Have you ever asked her what her hardest time of parenting was? What would she say?
Nothing, because my mom.
You're angelic.
Yes,
sweet baby angel child.
No, well, not only that, but
She's like, nothing with you, Megan.
no, my mom wanted to be a mom since she came out of the womb herself. So that's in itself like a beautiful thing, because she already knew, this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
I want kids. I love this. So then when she had the opportunity to become a mom and a stay-at-home mom, she was just like, this is awesome. My only memories that I have are like adventures, fun, this stuff. Like, she just dove into everything all the time. Where
You know what's so-
she looks at me and she goes, you know, maybe I had a little too much fun and I should have dialed it back. And like, she's like, I love it how you give them like their own space. You don't always have to be entertaining them.
And she was always doing that with you?
Yeah, and I was like,
That's so
Mom,
nice,
you
though.
must have been exhausted if you were constantly
Like no TVs.
yes.
And like no social media.
Oh, there
to
was
have those breaks. Isn't that crazy?
scheduled TV shows.
Yeah.
You didn't have Netflix. You didn't have.
You know, and this is another like shout out to moms and moms who are home with their kiddos, even moms that aren't, just in general.
Yeah.
It's like,
There's no shame.
I don't think, and you're saying your mom was like always on it. Like she had all these things for you. She's always happy. She just
Yeah.
embraced it. I always thought that way about my mom.
Yeah.
And honestly, I remember specifically, I only remember her crying once.
Yeah.
My entire life growing up is when our dog died and I was in first grade.
Yes.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But she always held it together. And I asked her when I became a mom, I was like, I feel like I'm crying every day.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted
Yes.
and I can't hold it. And now I have like what I call my quarterly cry.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, I'm over it. And then I snap back to it. But during postpartum phase, I was crying a lot
Yeah.
to Greg. And I remember asking my mom and she's like, oh my God, I cried all the time.
You just didn't see it, or she was.
Yeah, she just didn't.
She held
She
it
just
together
didn't
for you.
ever let us see it.
Or you don't remember it because you remember all the good stuff.
And that's like the power of like motherhood.
Yes,
It's like
the
your
past generational.
job is so influential on those kids, and you don't realize what an impact you're making by those decisions, those sacrifices on yourself,
Right.
which is so crazy.
I mean, it's nice to hear too, or nice to know. Even if you didn't have that experience growing up, you then have the choice, you know, I could be a little better than what came before. I can make these decisions
Hmm.
then to better for my children than from what I learned. Because we all want to be better than our parents.
You
Even
just
if-
want to be the
even if-
best
yeah,
in general,
Even if our
and
parents
especially when it comes to like parenthood. Like,
were
you're always-
perfection,
right?
you want to try to be one step better, and you know, everyone can try for that.
I know. I look at some of our friends and I'm just like, okay, that's like something I need to be better about or whatever. And like, I think of like activities that you do. I always feel like you do a ton of activities with your kids and
That's
you're always
big-
very active
yes.
with them. And I'm like, okay, today's the day when I get them home from school. We're going to do this. Then I get home and I'm like, I'm so drained from the
You know what
day.
though? I feel like that's out of survival for myself though, because it's more so like we're out, we're moving, we're doing the things, so we're not at home looking for trouble, or we're not looking to like fight with each other. We're all good, we're all happy, we're all moving. So that's also kind of like a, you know, then they get exhausted, they get tired too. But it's, you know,
So you're juggling
Second.
the chaos. You're
Yeah.
still in postpartum.
Sure.
You don't act like it,
Sure.
but you are. And because you're in that year window,
8 months, yeah.
how has that adjustment been with launching Apples Bononos? Has it potentially even like helped take your mind off it because it's like you're like, okay, this is second nature. I'm able to take care of babies. Have you felt that strain on any front, or how are you juggling life now that Apples and Bononos is up and running
Yeah.
and you're busy and you're constantly thinking about content and you're packing orders and you guys are formulating and come up with new ideas? Like, how are you juggling your day now?
You know, not
How
that
do you not forget things?
I do all the time. And actually, like, I am like I need to write things down. So I have like this running list of like, or I have a bunch of notes in my phone where I have to keep like, even like the simplest things like cancel this or schedule this or do that. Like, I have to have that list. Otherwise,
Right.
that is gone.
Is it,
Goodbye.
do you have like separate lists for, because this is an interesting tool. Like, how do you structure your lists?
Yeah.
Is it like work focused, kid focused, everything? Because like my lists are
Yes.
like book laser hair removal appointment
Yes.
mixed in with send something to our manufacturer. And
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
that. And
All
it's not
in one.
necessarily like in order of
Okay.
like what needs to be done. It's just like I think of it. I'm like, I have to write it down. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's not going to get
I
done.
clump all mine together
do?
too. Yeah. Because then otherwise, it's all one because we're one person. We're a mom, we're the business owner, and it's just all one.
So again, nothing is proven or factual. So don't take our advice or not. But apparently, the key is to keep notes in your phone.
I don't know. If
and
you
clump
should do
it all
that.
together.
No, I don't know. If
Well,
you
we're
should.
surviving.
So far.
Thriving.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know. But surviving. Because it's interesting. Because yeah, that's how I do it. But I feel like for me, I have to write everything down. Otherwise, it's not done. And I have like.
Can I tell you my best mom hack ever that I have?
Yes.
Okay. Anytime we give our kids medicine, let's say, what is that? Acetaminophen or ibuprofen? I'll say the generic versions of those. Anytime we give our kids those types of things, I text it to my husband, the name of the kid, the time we gave it to them, the name of the drug, and the amount we gave them. Because if I'm waking up at 2 a.m. and someone has something going on, you think I'm going to do the math to count back? Oh, that was like a 6-hour medication. That was a 4-hour.
That's smart, actually, because I do that
text it
all
to
the
him,
time.
And I look at when did I text him, what was the hour, and then I can just count from there. Because how else are you supposed to remember that?
Like, where are you going to write it down?
Or you didn't, and then you're like, when was that?
When was
it
that?
before dinner? When did we eat dinner? Yeah.
So I have like horrible allergies. Like, I'm actually really happy about this rain that we're having right now because it's like the best I felt in weeks. My face has been super swollen.
The best I've felt in weeks.
It's literally like I don't feel like I need to scratch my contact lenses out. Like, I feel like I can sit here and not blink 80 million times, be touching my eyeballs. But my son is so blessed that he got my allergies and not my husband's. And Ireland actually my daughter had a tantrum about this the other morning because she was upset that she didn't have allergies.
Again, another second child.
Like, oh, okay. But anyways, Indy's
my
just
allergies are not the right color.
I just want allergies like Indy. And I was like, okay.
I'm sorry you don't have them.
Again, get your shoes on. We gotta go.
Get out the door.
Get out the door. So poor Indy's been like on Zyrtec for as long as I've been on Claritin D at this point. So I give him his Zyrtec every morning. And Greg comes up the other day and he's like, hey, did you give Indy his Zyrtec? And I said, oh, no, I haven't given it to him yet. Again, missed my stuff in my morning routine. And he goes, how many M's is it? Five? Is it 5 M's? Like, I'm like, what? The milliliter?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. I was like, how about, oh, yes, fill it to the 5. But I should probably actually like write this stuff down for you moving forward because we're all 6 years
We're
deep,
just going to
bro.
like eye it.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
We're going to eyeball it. Like, that looks good.
Like, I think he just like saw the M and was like, whatever. Maybe he was like still waking up.
You know what,
but
though?
I was like,
I can speak to that because I'm on my 3rd baby and I feel like I know less now than I did the first go around because I was like so like regiment of like this. Oh my gosh, like first baby, you're almost like afraid of the first one. And now with the 3rd one, I'm like how much do we give this one with this? And like how old do they have to be? And like obviously you like look it up and figure it out, but it's like you're less worried and it's just kind of,
you're going on Chat GBT. You're like, how to raise a child.
Yeah. We also nicknamed him Chad. So
Chad GBT.
Yeah.
So as far as physical tools that you use for keeping your day structured, I have an Inkenvolt. So shout out to them if you guys want to look it up. It's like,
what does that mean?
It's like this. It's because I realize that planners don't work for me. They just don't.
Except for the planner that we're about to make for Sippy Cups.
It's just gonna be blank pages.
No, there's gonna be a calendar and like actual business tips.
But Inkenvolt, it's interesting because it's like a notepad that is just it's designed to be like week of this. Here are your daily tasks. Here's how your week looks, and you can fill out each week. So if you like don't do it every week or you need extra paper or whatever, you have it. So like try to squeeze everything into a planner, and that works well for me because it's pretty much like
physical planner.
Yes, no, it's a physical like notebook.
Oh,
yes, and
we should reach out to them and see if we
should
have a little
because I love them.
Yeah,
and I've actually taken them through Gilly Guys a few times. They're always like writing back to me like, "How do you like it?" But I love their stuff because for me, it's not like forcing me to
Yeah.
fill out certain things, which
Yeah.
I don't like because I could be a little bit of a cluster all day long.
Oh, I'm
But
a
it's
cluster.
like organized enough that you can write what you need to write at your own pace and fill it out at your own scale, and it keeps me on track. It's like the first thing I found in like years that I've been like,
and you're just
this
telling
is
me
it.
about this now.
So this is the tool.
Okay.
Outside of my sticky notes that I put everywhere
Yeah.
and my phone that I have and my notepads or even emails I send to myself
I literally
like the
have
ink
to
and
write dog food on my hands sometimes still.
to feed your dog or to go buy it.
Go buy the dog food because I know the bag's out, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta pick you up from here. We're gonna go there. We gotta do this. I gotta buy diapers with the food. Oh, what are we having for dinner? And then I get all the way back home, and I'm like, shoot, I don't have any more.
I have not gotten onto Chewy.
I
That would be a
haven't-
great tool for to
Okay.
managing your day to day. Just like do subscriptions
Are we just-
for everything.
I was gonna throw.
Throw out all these names.
Yes.
Here we go. But no, I mean, it's physical tools for your business. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I've got Outlook. Greg and I, we don't even share a calendar. We send each other calendar invites.
Okay.
I just think that's easier because
Yes.
his calendar is crazy. And so we send each other calendar invites. I use the Ink and Volt. I use my phone. What else outside of that would you say that you use?
Yeah, I love like physical. I printed out like large size monthly pages of the calendar for this month just so that I could see, like, we go camping a lot, so I had to see where are we going camping, when is that, what site are we staying at, and then on top of that, when is soccer this summer, when are we doing this dance camp?
Yeah.
When am I teaching the ballet class? Like, I need to physically see it. If it's on my phone, I am also the type of person where I would make some of your skin crawl if you saw how many unread emails that I have. It's
I was literally just gonna say, I
Real
wonder
bad.
how many like extremely organized type A moms are gonna listen to this and be like, these two stress me out with them just putting things in their phone.
sitting
But-
in the rain.
But truth and sitting in the rain. As we're going into summer and like hoping we don't get sick again.
We're fun.
We're fine.
We're great.
We're gonna be fine. But no, I think that the way I structure my day is like I have my routine in the morning. I have everything written down, and I do organize my Ink and Volt paper tablet.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll tag this
You should.
because I'm talking
You
about it
should.
enough.
I need one.
And then
now.
maybe they'll just give me a bunch
You've
of
sold
free
it to
ones
me.
moving forward.
I would like one if they can hear this.
Send them to us. I do organize it, my work stuff and kid stuff. But I have things like organized in a way that it's like, this is my work stuff. And then over on this side is my kid stuff.
Yes.
So that I don't miss anything, because how many times have I been like, oh my God, it's Wednesday. I've got karate tonight. You know,
Yes.
I'm like running out the door because I forgot to call, or I have a doctor's appointment over here, and everything is organized on this, but like at my own pace. So I would recommend something like that
Mhm.
when you are trying to juggle this many things, because it's not just being like a mom, and it's not just being like, oh, I'm working, or a mixture of both. It's like laundry.
Yes.
It's dishes.
Yes.
It's making,
Meal
your
prep.
kids' wellness exams for the year.
Oh
It's
my goodness.
doing stuff for the kids' school. It's friends' birthdays. It's family birthdays. It's family. I mean, it's everything.
If I don't have something written down as a reminder in my phone or physically somewhere, it is not happening, or I'm not
Right.
remembering it.
right.
I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I trust this old noggin. That's fine. We're gonna be good.
I mean, we just booked
No.
a camping trip, and I don't even know how we pulled that off within 48 hours, because I know we were talking about it,
We're
like,
all like,
throwing out dates, and I was like,
"No,
I don't know.
do
I
it."
feel like we have something that weekend. I feel like we have something on that day,
Yes.
but we made it happen. And now, like, watch that Thursday when we're supposed to leave is going to come up, and I'm going to be like, I totally forgot we had a
We were
doctor's
supposed to do this. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, that's
We
getting
have-
scheduled.
We've
now.
got T-ball that night,
Yeah.
but we have notes here that are soaking wet, just so you guys know.
This is actual rain.
It's real rain.
Oh, also, if we're doing sponsorships, shout out to Gorton's Fish Sticks.
Because you look like the
Because-
fisherman.
I look like the fisherman.
And also, our kids live off those. We just found that out.
Ahoy! Does anyone want any? Does anyone want any fish sticks? Ahoy!
Curdle mustard.
You could be hey hey hey, and I'll be ahoy.
I'm wearing my husband's rain jacket because I don't know where mine is. It's been gone now for like almost a year, and he's not happy about it. But I don't know where it is.
I bet it's in the boat.
So, segueing, because we're talking about organization and being a mom and starting a business, and we're not going to get into like the depths and like
We're not giving you all the meat
girth of
today.
like businesses and what we do to start them
Yeah.
and get there. We're keeping this light. This is very
Yeah.
conversational. We want to just tell you that, this is how
You
we kind of
are on
structure our
a
days.
Porch chat with us. We are all just hanging out
Yeah, who needs
together.
a fireside chat? We could have a rainy porch sit,
We're all sipping together.
sipping together.
You got your coffee, you got your wine, whatever you got.
Whatever you got. We're having rosé because it's summer ish.
Not technically yet,
Almost. So how would you 'cause
but we can dream.
I'm in that mindset. Okay, I'm on summer break. How would you say that being a stay-at-home mom prior to apples and bananas, how do you think that motherhood prepared you to run a business?
I had to get my shit together.
Do you?
Point blank. I don't
Do we
have
have
it.
it?
I mean, I don't have it together still. Ask my husband. Just
Do you think our husbands think we're crazy?
fast forward to our guest appearance of when they come on this show. But
They're just rolling their eyes
I
the
figured
whole time.
out. So when I became a mom, first of all, just a mom. Well, I'm not going to say just a mom. When I became a mom, the first
The
time around,
mom.
yes, I was like, I have to figure my shit out. I got to do this. You have to step up to the plate. You got to do the thing. You have a living being that
Mhm.
now, cry this, diaper this, change this. You have to step up to the plate of that. So then, like second kid, third kid, you're like, okay, first kid, yes, that, this, that, this, that. Now you're like, bing, bing, bing. You got to do that. So now, what all of that has taught me, you have to be on your shit. Because if you miss something, then, let's say someone makes a comment, someone makes an order, someone makes, has a question with an email, you're trying to do some content, you're trying to get a hold of someone. If you're not on top of that with all of your stuff, then you're missing something. And
Right.
it's actually really funny that I'm the one saying that because, I feel like my life is very like by the seams of my pants where I'm just kind of like, I'm here, I'm there, I'm doing this, I'm kind of everywhere. But I'm very laser focused as far as like your needs, this, your needs, this. Business is over here. Let's get this done. We have to do this. We're running low on this. Let's get it done.
How have your priorities shifted? Because that was an interesting point. You're like this business.
Yes.
And I think that this is an important statement to make. And I know what you're going to say because we are very like-minded in this aspect. I think that, motherhood is the biggest blessing that you can
Mm-hmm.
give yourself if that's what you choose
Yes.
and that's what you want. But as far as like prioritizing
Yes.
motherhood and business,
Yes.
not that you're going to rank it, but how do you feel about that? Like, how do you prioritize? Like, because for me, that's always going to be my number one job is
Motherhood.
being a mom.
Oh yeah.
And I love
You have to.
what I do for
They're
work
your
and
life.
I'm extremely passionate about it. But my job is to keep my kids safe, is to keep them taken care of,
Healthy.
is to create good little citizens, future citizens,
Yes.
and then my business.
Yes.
And I think that that's kind of where some blurred lines can come into play when it comes to juggling. And I think that motherhood does set you up for business that way because it teaches you that groundwork of what you need to be successful, that it almost becomes kind of almost like secondhand nature of like juggling chaos because you've already done it.
Let's
as a
talk
mom.
about, because we both include our children in our process, our content, they're the inspiration
That's
for a
true.
lot of our stuff. So how do you juggle, involving your kids in your content or involving your kids in your business with Gilly Guys?
So I'm very fortunate. We're both very fortunate in the fact that we have businesses that were spurred upon and created because of that void that we felt was in the market,
Yes.
right? So we created things to help kind of combat those problems.
Yes.
And with Gilly Guys, obviously I need child models. And so I have like, not that my kids want to sit and like pose for pictures, they absolutely do not, especially my son. But I have found a way to make it fun and light for them
Yes.
that I'm able to accomplish tasks that I know that I need to get done
Yep.
while involving them. But it's not even just like content and
Yes.
photos,
Yes.
which I do use them a lot for my stuff. But it is even more so like, hey, can you grab mom's, measuring tape? We've got to measure this. Or, I mean, even though I haven't used a lot of what Ireland has picked out as far as patterns or designs, I still let her be a part of that process.
Yeah.
Because she likes it. Like, she'll be like, oh, pick the one with all the kitty sequins. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that would appeal to you, but I've got to look at the bigger picture of like what is going to sell. And
how cool is it though if I'm gonna float outside my body and come over here and think of what does she see her mom doing and how inspiring is that? That's super cool. Because she's gonna grow up and be like,
I hope she sees it that way.
My mom did this and this is what we did together, and she involved me because there might be a lot of parents that are like, this is my business, I'm gonna do this, like I need to eat, kind of
right. Do you think that your girls will grow up and be like, I want to take over the family business? Or do you think that they already like, because their oldest is going to be like an Olympian figure skater already, but.
Then my second born wants to be a chef so far. So,
my daughter for the longest time wanted to be a cucumber. A cucumber. This is actually in the last 2 months, she also decided she wants to be a lady doctor. And I said, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, OBGYN, right?
Yes.
And she's like, no, I want to be a lady doctor and I'm going to take care of people and animals.
Oh, so she is just a lady plus
correct
doctor.
But we'll take that because it was a cucumber.
So she is upgraded a little
She's upgraded. And then my son he wants to be a Delta pilot.
Yes.
Specifically Delta. He wants to fly an A320.
We would also like to be sponsored by Delta. He has, but since he was 2 years old, since he could talk. Yes.
And he has not segued from that idea at all.
Great.
So great for him. It sounds like neither of them will be going into fashion design and taking over Gilly Guys. So if there's any children out there who want an internship at some point, I might need them since mine are not going to be following in our footsteps. But
you know what? So, ours is interesting because on the flip side, my husband also owns a cosmetic formulating company. So this is that was born out of that. So they have seen and been hands-on with him with a lot of those projects. And so they see this and we go to visit him at work and, we can mix A and B and C together and make this thing, and they see it all happening. So they're a part of it. And I think that they, start to see it, they start to get it. But it, as far as them hopping on board with it, I think, I don't know.
It's cute, it's obviously it's like you're not going to force your kid to do
I'm going to nail it down.
Anything.
Someone's taking over this.
Someone's taking over. But it's just always kind of fun to think about,
it's so
what, cute. If I had to make a time capsule, which I would love to do, by the way, I think this is such a cute idea. Get with your friends and your mom friends and make a time capsule with all your kids of what they want to be when they grow up. What was their favorite movie? We should actually do this.
Yes.
Maybe this summer with a bunch of our friends and just let the kids write what they want to be when they grow up, what their favorite color is, what their favorite
shout
TV.
Out to the movie Crossroads with Britney Spears.
Yes.
They did. Yes.
Yes, they did do that. And I think that's such a cute idea because it'd be interesting to see how far off they are or what they end up doing.
And then give them some disposable cameras and then they take pictures of each
that
other.
That would be so cute.
Them. Yes. Side project. Cute.
Anyways, but yeah, I think that where was I going with that now? Now I lost my train of thought. I was I got stuck cheers. The wine is setting in and I'm looking at our tiny little microphones that are just getting doused right now.
I hope you can still hear us.
I hope you can not hear the raindrops. Last question I kind of have for you is because you're juggling so much, and this is not the case because my mom growing up, we didn't have, because my dad was a pilot. Oh, there's a reason why my son wants to be one.
Yep.
Mystery solved. We didn't have any family really nearby.
Okay.
We had grandparents who were here during the summer that were 3.5 hours away. I had grandparents in California. I grew up in the Midwest. So my mom didn't have a ton of help. I have the luxury of having my parents 30 minutes away.
Yes.
I have some great sitters in the area. How often do you rely on help? Because I think that's a really important topic to talk about. Maybe you'll do an entire segment about just
the help.
How you ask for help.
Yes.
Because I think people feel guilty as moms, they don't want to ask for help, but it's there and you should if you have the ability to.
I will give a little preview into that next episode if you can and if you can afford it. find a gym that has a daycare. Even if you don't work out, you can go and walk on a treadmill for an hour and just be without your children. It's very strong for your mental health.
I actually can't tell you how many times that I have gone to the gym. I listen to my music, which, okay, I should just say this, like, side note, for the first time ever, my headphones died at the gym.
It's the worst.
And my phone was sitting there, and I didn't realize I hit play. And you know what song started playing out loud? Was, no, you'll never guess it. C'est la vie by Bewitched. It's like, I was humiliated. I was like, turn it off.
Now skip forward to us doing TikTok
on Say Love Me. I was like, oh my god, it happened finally. But no, I do like listen to my music, and then I'll watch like some Netflix, and then I spend the rest of the time like answering emails.
Yes.
And usually that's not like on the Stairmaster. That's my Netflix time. I will like go and like lay in a massage chair at the gym, and like that's where I answer emails in the morning if I have time to do it. But it's great because the kids are downstairs
you're
playing.
Giving yourself permission.
You're taking time
to
for
be
yourself.
Away and either time for yourself or getting something done or doing that.
Right. You're still parenting, you're working, and working on yourself.
So my parents are both from Philly. So we're actually the only little clan of our family that are in Minnesota. And they grew up with zero help. So my mom just did it all herself. And, you know, I see myself as so fortunate because, again, I live, you know, less than 15 minutes from every one of my family members where, you know, in a bind, you know, my water broke with the baby and, you know, couldn't get a hold of someone. And then our plan was different. So then I called my sister-in-law and I was like, come on over. And she's like, without a doubt, I will be there in 10 minutes. I will drive right over. And we also have like this really nice friend group where, you know, any of us at a drop of a hat, no matter what. But then, you know, I've been the one recently where, you know, it's such like a trust thing with finding an outside source to watch your children.
Yeah.
You know, longer than like at a daycare thing or like longer than like a little library event or like longer than like this little activity thing where like if it's like a few hours, you're like, I need to know that this is okay.
Right. It's hard.
Yes.
I mean, I still know a lot of friends who have kids who are older who still haven't like taken that leap.
It's
like
hard.
I do, like I've vetted my, and maybe that's my recruiting background. Like I ask like really interesting questions, which I'm happy to post or share with because I've actually sent them to a lot of friends and cousins and like very specific things that if this person was not qualified, they would not know the answer to.
Right.
And so I have been very fortunate and found some great sitters, but I do also have family nearby, I've got friends nearby.
Yes.
So I've got an army to help.
I mean, I feel like maybe the answer would be if your kids are old enough to speak and to know, then you have that said possible person come over to your house for like the hour. You go to the grocery store, you come back, and then maybe ask your kids like, "Hey, what'd you think? How'd it go? Blah blah blah."
Because I've used sitters to help get work done too. Like if I'm like, okay, kids are home, like last summer, especially with like before we launched Skilly Guys was such a chaotic time.
Yes,
that I used sitters. And they just even played in the backyard, or they would take them to like a nearby park or something, just so I could get I felt like I could focus. Like if it wasn't something that I could have the kids' involvement in, that was like I'm on a deadline, I've got to get this back to the manufacturer or whatever. I just need them out of the house for like 2 hours even.
Can we also maybe start a conversation like down below or somewhere on our page or something where what's the rate? Like, obviously, based on experience, I never know. Okay, so, like, if they're, like,
remind me when we do a segment on this, because I have a really crazy
story to tell you about this. A brand new high school, like, you really like them, they're super nice, they don't have a lot of experience, but they're qualified enough, they're the base, so what's the base? And then if they're, you know, if they're driving their kids somewhere, which I don't have anyone do that yet, if they're driving your kid somewhere, or if they're doing extra things, or if they're cooking stuff and we're doing all this, what's that rate? Or if we have like an overly qualified, like almost like a nanny, blah, blah, blah. What is that rate? I want to know, what are our tiered rates here?
And I guess probably dependent on like where you live too.
Across the country.
How many kids?
Your city. How many kids is a huge thing too.
Yeah.
Like what does that bump it up? Plus or minus how many?
You know, because we might just like shut down everything and just start sitting. Depending on what some of these answers are. That's it. We're done.
Rolling in it.
Everyone here, drop your kids off at my house.
That's right.
I'm here for it.
We got chickens too. It's fine.
Yeah, they can play with my chickens that I have because I have, well, I have 6. I almost had 4 this afternoon. I almost lost
other
2
children.
But don't worry, guys. They're okay. They're alive,
fine.
I hope.
Yes.
I don't know, anything else that you want to like touch base on when it comes to being a stay-at-home mom and that kind of push to, I guess, like to get into business. I guess you said it beautifully earlier that there's no good time to have a kid or to start a business. Like there's just no good time when you have to juggle so much in your life. You're either going to take
it's every episode.
You can't even have that.
It's me. Hi, I'm the
empty?
problem. It's me.
Are you on empty? I'm almost there.
No, but
but no, you said it beautifully earlier. Like, there's no good time, and it's just, are you willing to take that leap to start juggling all different avenues of life? And because if that's what you want to do, that's what you're passionate about. There's nobody stopping you except yourself.
I feel like there are so many opportunities these days with like Etsy, like Shopify, social media, all these things where
LTK is like a new one that people are
all
on.
These people
there's
have so many opportunities where if you have an idea where you're like, I want to do this, I'm kind of on the fence, I'm thinking about it. Like, of course, like you can message us. We're not pros. We only do this ourselves, but why not do it? Why not try it? Why not try and fail or try and succeed?
Right.
You have the 2 options.
Because I guess like for me, I don't know where I'm going to be in like 5 years or 10 years, but I know that if I didn't do these things and take these chances and take these risks, I feel like, I don't want to use the word bored, but I'd feel like a little frustrated with myself. I feel frustrated with myself because I'd be like, okay, like how much can I do to fulfill my own needs while fulfilling my kids' needs, right? Yes.
Whereas like
it's important to maintain your own happiness. It's important to take time for yourself. It's important to stay motivated within yourself, but you can do that while parenting little ones. It is possible.
It is possible.
It's a lot of coffee and rosé, and I mean, luckily, again, like we said earlier, we're very, very lucky that we've got a really good group of friends. We've got our parents nearby to be able to vent to be able to have these tough conversations with, and now we can have those with you guys as well.
Yes.
Because that's what we're here for. Is just make it real for you and know that you are not alone in this crazy journey, and that if we can do it, trust me, you can too. Especially
trust
if you know how to use a Outlook calendar better than I do.
Yeah. So, if someone could come organize my house and my toys for my children, I would be forever grateful. That would be amazing.
Well, I guess to kind of close things up.
Yeah. If you're thinking about like starting a business, or if you're just here to listen to the chaos and the chit chat,
or have some wine with us while you're, on the Stairmaster at the gym.
Yeah. We're going to be diving into some like brand building, balancing family and hustle, bringing in some amazing guests coming up. Come hang out with us. You've got this and we've got your back. So
we appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
Cheers. So I hope you guys have a great week, and cheers to the hustle.
Woo!